Did you know that your hands contain more nerve endings than almost any other part of your body? So they're really the perfect conduit for you to connect with others more meaningfully and consentingly. But I'm guessing that you may never have thought of them as much more than tools to achieve tasks. And this is partly because we live in a culture which is very goal oriented. So we tend to view the outcome as being the thing to aim for. And so when it comes to touch, we tend to look on the touch itself as being the important part of the equation. But then we get frustrated or disappointed often when the outcome doesn't go the way that we want it to. So learning to touch with me is really about changing the focus. So you'll start to develop your capacity for feeling instead of for doing when it comes to touch. And the key to feeling is sensation. So what do you notice in the response in your own skin when you touch something, and how do you feel about that? Slowing down instead of racing to the quick fix of a perceived outcome is a really crucial part of this process. And so when you slow down, you can make more informed choices. Does it feel good, for example, or do you want more? Or how do you know when you've had enough? And I imagine these are questions that you might never even have thought about when you're touching something. And as you start to develop this practice of waking up your hands and waking up sensation, waking up your capacity to feel, you'll also be developing your skills to notice and to trust and to value what it is that you want or don't want for yourself. And this really lays the foundations for being able to develop more engaged and more consenting relationships and interactions, both with and without touch. So when you learn to touch with me, you'll be learning one of the core practices of the Wheel of Consent, which is a relationship tool that's often been described as life-changing by many people, including lots of people who've worked with me. So if you'd like to take your first steps towards changing your life and changing your relationship with touch, then check out my webpage and get in touch. I'd love to help you.